My podcast guest is running late, and I'm, just sitting here with no pants on and a blazer on top. And so I thought I would just do a little check in, say hi, a little bonus episode. I have not done one of these in, I think 3 or 4 weeks. I took a little break because I did 17 podcast episodes in a row, and turns out, guess what? Wow, that takes up a lot of time. Yeah, like a lot of time. And I really love it, but I also just needed to take a second because, I decided the day after my birthday to get like incredibly sick because I messed with my medications, my like various medications I take, and ended up like just destroying my GI tract, and I threw up for like 5 days. So that was awesome. Yeah. Yeah. And so that was that was last week. But apart from that, I've also been writing a book. So, and the book um, is due, I believe it's due at the end of August. And that's a lot of writing to do between now and then. So I've sort of been trying to put my energy into that. And what else is going on? I'm getting surgery in 2 weeks. So any guesses? I bet you can guess. I know I can't afford a deep, plain facelift. And if I could, I would. I'm sorry, but I would. I mean, you would too. Um, my ex-husband is coming back from his sojourn in places abroad. He's been gone for a few months and is returning home. So that'll be an interesting way to kick off the summer. I'm sure it will be great. On that note, sort of like relational upsets, I wanted to know what you guys thought about something. I talk to my kids. First of all, if something's wrong with me, I'm probably crying. So they definitely see it. They know that mom is an emotional one. And I think that is okay because I always explain it to them. I'm like, I'm fine. Most importantly, you're fine. Here's what I'm dealing with. And I try to explain it in an age appropriate way. But it just seems to me, it seems impossible and also not particularly productive to just be like, no, 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 I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. And just like put on a happy face and go about my day. So I don't know. I know it's a nuanced issue and not everybody feels that way. And a lot of people think, just protect the kids and keep them away from any adult distresses. But I think my kids in particular have seen enough. Like my daughter, if I say, "What movie do you want to watch?" She's like, "Can we watch Saw?" So they're not. If sheltering them was my goal, I have failed. What else is going on? I saw Obsession, like everybody else. Oh my God, it was so good. I died. It was so good. It was so funny to see my boyfriend, first of all. And my kids were there too, but they were sort of in other parts of the theater because it was full, which is awesome. And that hasn't happened in forever. But all of the boys in the audience are like, just like having heart attack after heart attack at the terror of an unstable woman, an emotionally unregulated woman. Oh my God. But I loved it. It definitely rose to the top of my all-time favorite horror movies, and that is a hard bar to cross. Other ones include Ready or Not, fantastic. The one where she's playing hide and seek on her wedding night with like the crazy gaming family, and she has to hide from them or they kill her. With Samara, the one who looks like Margot Robbie. And I also recently saw another horror movie that has now instantly become one of my favorites, and I just blanked. It's called Fresh, and it stars Daisy Edgar Jones, and she is wonderful. I feel kind of bad for her because it feels like the girl who starred in Obsession is sort of very similar to her and was so good that I think she's going to get every single part from now on and forever. But Fresh is, let's put it this way, the first quarter of it takes place before the credits even roll. And it is a different movie than the one that happens after the credits roll. And I don't think I can tell you anymore without spoilers, but if you are into horror, watch it. It's on Hulu. Watch it. I've also recently gotten into Yellowstone, which I always avoided watching because the creator of that show used to be my acting coach for years, way back in the day. And he was charismatic and wonderful, and also problematic in certain ways that I would probably get sued if I go into, so I'm not going to, but you feel me. But turns out it's a freaking incredible show, and everyone else knew this except for me, and now I know it, and I can't stop watching it. And yeah, so that's what I'm watching. I also just watched The Crash about Mackenzie Shirilla, who is the 17 or then 17-year-old who drove her car with her boyfriend and her friend in it into a wall at 100 miles an hour without even ever braking, and got charged with murder. And the question is, she argued that she had some kind of fainting episode or some kind it's called POTS or POTS, and the Crash definitely paints her as a villain for sure, but mostly what I took from it was that she has a terrible father, which I feel bad, but yikes. Watch it, you'll see. Yikes. Um, for what I'm reading, I've read these books 20 million times. It's just every couple of years I go on a Kristen Hanna binge. The Four Winds, The Great Alone, Nightingale, uh, Night Road is very dark, so sometimes I don't go that far. Winter Garden, um, yep, pretty much those. And they are historical fiction that are just, oh, like you just don't want them to end, and you just like fall into them. We've established that I cry a lot. I don't usually cry, with books, it's like you pick it up, you put it down. With these books, you're so immersed. I mean, buckets of tears, buckets. They're so incredible, and they're so beautifully written. If you have not read those, I would start with, I don't know, actually, whichever. You're going to love them. They're so good. I guess the last thing I wanted to mention on a completely different topic was the governor's race and the mayoral race that are currently happening in California right now. I think today's voting day, but I voted early. So the governor's race is basically between, I mean, there's Tom Steyer, there's Becerra, Julian Becerra, Katie Porter. Those are the ones who are sort of the Democrats. And then there's like Steve Hilton on the Republican side. I voted for Katie Porter because I like her and I like her policies. I understand that she probably will not win, and Tom Steyer probably will win, but that's okay. Let's just get behind the Democrat. I'm not actually worried, like, once it's between whoever the Democrat is and Hilton, I guess. I think that the state will, like, sort it out because we're, like, 64% Democrat, but yeah. And with the mayoral race, I'm sure you've all heard that California has reached new levels of insanity because people are so excited about Spencer Pratt. I want to punch them in the face. He he is the Cybertruck of candidates. I don't even know what to say. Like, it's embarrassing that he even exists in this sphere. And I do understand. I think people just like the entertainment value. And he's definitely entertaining. And also in my particular neck of the woods, since we were devastated by the fairly recent Palisades fire that just destroyed the Palisades, destroyed Pasadena, and my area, specifically where I live, was earlier impacted by the Woolsey fire really dramatically. So people here were very upset at Karen Bass's response, and she's the incumbent, very upset with her response to the fires. So I guess I get it, but wow. If you're in LA, please just don't vote for Spencer Pratt, y'all. Like, I shouldn't even have to explain why. Just don't do it. I don't want to explain why. Go Google it or listen to Pod Save America. They'll tell you. It's it's too much. Anyway, I guess that's all I have going on right now. I just wanted to pop on and say hi and give you a little bonus episode with just a few things I'm into this week. And also, stay tuned because said surgical procedure, um, yeah, I'm going to take you with me, obviously. Come on, I take you everywhere. Get excited. All right.